Hey everybody, welcome back to the RC Room. I am your host, OG Mikey, and in today's video, it's going to be a voiceover of a partial how-to of the Atlan Design Group trailer lift kit and hitch. This converts a big country trailer, lifts it, and converts it into a very nice ball hitch for any of your tow pigs. This kit is made to order. It is $24.99, and just go to atlandesigngroup.com and scroll down to the contact us and send them a message if you want to order the kit. Now, this is my big country fifth wheel. It's already been modified with a fully active suspension, so I won't be putting on the lift kit from Atlan Design Group, as you can tell, but mine has been fairly modified. I got a lot of extras on there, so I'm just mainly doing the hitch and the fifth wheel for the tow pig. This first part has F&B and a recessed hole slot. Needs to be facing outward with the F part facing towards the front of the trailer. That is very important if you want to hook up it properly. And all you do is slide in the F&B part. They are labeled, and just make sure F is facing towards the front. The lower hole is set up for the tallest height configuration, and that can fit up to about a 2-inch tire. The upper hole is for the lower height configuration, and that can fit most stock SCX 24 tires. Once you've chosen your height configuration, align the holes up and screw in a M2 by 20 millimeter screw, as you see here I am doing now. The lower hole is set up for the tallest height configuration, and that can fit up to about a 2-inch tire. The upper hole is for the lower height configuration, and that can fit most stock SCX 24 tires. Once you've chosen your height configuration, align the holes up and screw in a M2 by 20 millimeter screw, as you see here I am doing now. All hardware is also included in the kit. You do not have to supply any nuts or bolts. Once you have everything screwed together, secure the back of each M2 by 20 millimeter screw with a nut. Now, once you have that step completed, it should look like this. Then we are going to be doing the axle shafts. So you want to get the long one with the cup still on it, and you're going to put that long shaft in the front designated wheel hub. That's the one with the letter F. Now a note here, a wheel hex and a wheel hex rod, they are not included with this kit. So you will have to provide your own hexes and hex rods. Now for this section on mine, I put a wheel nut on it and used a screwdriver to hold the cup and just tighten down the wheel nut a little bit just so the axle was not going to fall out. The shorter shaft, the one that does not have a cup on it, should go on the back designated wheel hub, the one that is with the letter B. This part can be a little bit difficult, but all I did was use a screwdriver to line up the shaft and put it through the hole, as seen here. My next step was to use a paper clip and bend the end out so it sticks straight out, and I just slid it through the hex rod hole so it would hold the shaft while I screwed a nut onto the end of it. In order to check if you place the right wheel shaft in the right wheel hub, the wheel hex should sit flush against the wheel hub with no slack, and both wheel shafts should sit evenly with one another. Once this is done, all you have to do is repeat all these steps for the other side, and then you'll have your lift kit almost ready to be bolted onto your trailer. On a stock trailer, you would cut the axle shafts in half, remove the tires, and you will have two holes right where my two openings are in my trailer. That's where you're going to put your lift kit on. It comes with a supplied screw, which now it's very important that you put the screw into the recessed hole, and that's why we built it this way, so the recessed hole is facing outwards. And you just pick which hole you want to put the lift kit in. If this kit works in either hole of the trailer, and then you just secure it with a nut. Now we're going to move on to the trailer tongue. In this example, I used a Dremel, but the stock nub needs to be cut off. Once I cut it off, I removed any kind of fraying edges or any kind of semi-melted plastic from the tongue and cleaned up the outside a little bit. On this step, you're going to need a 5/16 drill bit, and you're going to drill out the rest of the hole so the drill goes all the way through. After thoroughly drilling out the hole, the long nut needs to be tapped in. Now, with this long nut, it goes right in the top, and there will be a lot of friction. So a small rubber mallet can help to push it down. Another note, make sure there is about this much length of the long nut left at the top before you move on to the next step. After the long nut is down far enough, thread this ball stud up into it. Make sure it's tight, but don't strip it out. It can be very difficult to get all the way up, so you might have to use a wrench. This is what your setup should look like when you're all done. Now gather these pieces. It's these two big pieces. You'll have one S-shaped piece, and then you'll have two springs. I have more here because I'm building a extra fifth wheel hitch. Grab one half of the fifth wheel and the latch, that is your S-colored part, and align the nub of the latch into the hole that's in half of the fifth wheel. Semi-difficult, but it's fairly easy. It just goes in. And then what you're going to do is insert the springs in the position of above the latch and below the latch. This part can be tricky, so be ready with the other half of the fifth wheel to enclose it as soon as the springs are in place. Insert the first top screw to secure the two halves together, right where this arrow is pointing. Then you will secure the rest of the enclosure with screws provided. And on the back of those two screws, you secure a nut on each of them. And then test the mechanism out, just by pushing the lever up and down. Make sure it's working for you. If it is not working, you'll have to disassemble the unit and double check your springs. There's not a lot of movement in the latch, but it should latch and unlatch easily when the trailer is hooked up. And there it is. You're almost complete. It does come with screws to put the fifth wheel into whatever tow pig you're using. But as you can see, it latches and unlatches just like it should. The ball pivots, no issues. And here it is. I bolted this up in my Glacier. And as you can see, it fits really nice right in between the wheel tubs. I'm happy with it. Thanks for watching the video, everybody. Please like, subscribe, comment. There will be running videos in the near future. So whenever they pop up, I'll see you in the next one.